2 degrees will determine whether a fish's egg will hatch. Okay, so if you do the math, that affects our food chain and our biodiversity. I'll show you that. All right, we're going to move on forward. Last year during the nor'easter, the Gowanus Canal flooded 50 feet onto land. Do you know what 50 feet from here is? This planet was underwater. Water was up to the poles by our boats. People had Gowanus Canal water in their basement. 9th Street by Lowe's flooded up to my knee. Okay, there's photographs of that if you question it. But those are not fun stories, because that affects real estate. Those are sad stories that we put property over people. Okay? A good and wise investment is protect public health and protect the property done it. Now, guess what happened to these guys that buy here with this surge? You see this bulkhead? They're all compromised, which means that the water is eroding. So you have now toxins from the land sipping into the water and vice versa, from the water onto the land. One idea is to have a buffer zone between land use and the canal. A buffer zone would be like a green space, right? That can absorb all this runoff. Okay, so again, as the water rises, it has this absorbable soil to take it. That soil also serves as a bioremediation if you put the right kind of planting. That's not like a garden, you know. Do you know if we built native species, all you gotta do is just throw your seed, let them grow. Native species, nature takes care of its own. If it's from around here, they've been doing their thing for thousands of years. They'll continue doing that. So we need to have space around this natural ecosystem. Geez, you know what? We're from New York City. We're from the land of one of the greatest estuaries in the world. An estuary produces more biomass than any ecosystem its size. More food, more biodiversity than any ecosystem its size. That's the Great Hudson River. This is a tributary of the Great Hudson River estuary. Gets salt water from the ocean from the south, bringing fresh water from the north. Mixes right here in our harbor, producing an incredible ecosystem. But us New Yorkers, we take it all for granted. So our work is what we call the Urban Diverse Estuary Conservancy. Mouthful. Well, that's one of the reasons. We want all our children, we want you guys to know, grow up understanding what an estuary is. Everybody understands green forest. Everybody understands that. But water, folks, is the issue. Water is going to be in your backyard. You're either going to have too much water or no water at all. The next war, the next frontier, folks, not oil, it's water. We need to have our focuses around it. And right in our community where we live, lots of water. Right in the city where we live, lots of water. New York City cannot afford a flood. New York City cannot afford a Katrina. Your waste treatment plants, all these bacteria, the canal, the Newtown Creek, will be in your backyard. You'll be walking over it if you manage to get out of the city to get someplace. So these are issues that really should be at the forefront of our consciousness. Check it out. Can you imagine the canal being this historic waterway, being a place like this where you can come out, canoe, fish, even dive? Okay, on the weekends, every Saturday, we scrape boat. Can you imagine that around it is a green industry industrial park? How about Whole Foods restore this section of the canal by helping plant marshes? Yeah. Okay, look at that bulkhead. Okay, repair the bulkhead, make it a soft edge bulkhead, no cheap, standard putting pylons. What do you get out of marshes and wetlands? Birds, turtles, frogs, fish. You start to have an ecosystem happening here, and the Gowanus Canal becomes now from a place that is a pariah to a natural resource that has been restored, that becomes exemplary and an icon for the state of New York, for Brooklyn.